Hi, everybody. I'm Paul Gottsagen. I lead research for ISG, and I'm pleased to be with Prashant Kelkar. He leads
Hi.
our consulting efforts in the Americas and is our chief strategy officer. Prashant, same time next year. A year ago, we did predictions for 2022, and the year flew by. I think you got most of them right. I have my scorecard here, and we're going to try this. And I think people found it interesting. There's so many trends that are happening. It almost makes your brain explode to try to track them all. And I'm going to try my best to just sort of pin you down and narrow you down on maybe three or so mega trends, and you can peel them back any way you want. But sound good?
Sounds perfect. Sounds
All right.
perfect, Paul. Looking forward.
All right. Well, let's just why don't you just lay the groundwork and give me a quick overview of what you think the top three trends will be. By the way, I should say Prashant spends almost all of his time in front of Fortune 500 or Global 2000 clients, working through some of the tough issues. So if anybody would have a sense of it, it would be Prashant. And given that, Prashant, what's an overview of the three megatrends for the upcoming year?
I like the way you said tough issues, Paul, because I guess that's exactly what the world is dealing with at the moment. So everything that you and I discussed, when was it? December last year, would have been looking at a very transformation rich, I would almost say cash rich market, which I guess changed on all of us starting June, July this year. So maybe the next 4 quarters start removing the froth from the markets, and what's left is actually the real stuff. But given that, I think a lot of these trends can be clubbed under three mega trends. So if we step away from technology and start looking at what are these technologies looking for to achieve in terms of outcomes, I would say the first thing we're noticing is a much more focus on industry specialization. So now, be it in terms of ecosystems or clouds or business platform as a service, much more focus on industry specialization, separate because I think each industry is feel this market in a different way. So we expect the next 4 or 6 quarters to be very nuanced in terms of which industry you are in. Which leads me to the second topic, and that is one thing that everybody's trying to do is to move from product to product as a service. So, and that's what we call servitization. Now, this is showing up in multiple ways, and the more asset rich you are as a firm, it's showing up much more in terms of software, electrical, mechanical coming together. It's leading us to areas like digital engineering, hyper connected revenue models, platform engineering, and the like. And the last mega trend, I think, would be sustainability. So, if we step away from the acronym ESG and start looking at the S in particular, sustainability in terms of green tech, in terms of revenue, designed for recycling and circular economies. So those would be the three mega trends.